multiple airports across the country are refusing to air a disturbing message from Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem in the TSA checkpoints around the country. Now, we've all seen those TSA videos. Anytime you go through an airport, right, it's talking about what you can and can't have on you. If you see something, say something, and all that kind of stuff. Well, when the government shut down, Kristi Noem recorded a new video featuring, of course, her, because she loves to be on camera and can't stand to not see her face on TV all the time. So she personally puts out this video, sends it to every airport in the nation, demanding that they air this new video. And in the video, she says this: Democrats in Congress refuse to fund the federal government, and because of this, many of our operations are impacted and most of our TSA employees are working without pay. We will continue to do all that we can to avoid delays that will impact your travel, and our hope is that Democrats will soon recognize the importance of opening the government. Right? Because Democrats control the House and Senate, right? Is that how that works? No, Republicans control every single branch of the federal government. This is not on the Democrats. It's on the Republicans who want to take healthcare coverage away from their own constituents, and Democrats are trying to protect them. That is what this shutdown is all about. But multiple airports, some large, some small, the largest, of course, being the Phoenix International Sky Harbor Airport, are refusing to air the video. And they have good reason to. One airport, actually Portland Airport, had this to say: We believe the Hatch Act clearly prohibits using public assets for political purposes and messaging. And they're absolutely right. In fact, when the Trump administration sent out those directives to the furloughed workers saying you have to put this away message on your emails that blames the Democrats, experts already said at the time, like, yeah, this is pretty much a violation of the Hatch Act. This from Kristi Noem, however, using government resources and government outlets to play politics, that is a definite violation of the Hatch Act. So, as per usual, good for Portland for doing the right thing and knowing that, hey, we're not going to engage in illegal activity. And we're not going to encourage your illegal activity. So, again, good for Portland. You guys are doing wonderful. I love it. Seattle Airport said this: We will not play the video on its screens at the SEA airport due to the political nature of the content. We continue to urge bipartisan efforts to end the government shutdown and are working to find ways to support federal employees working without pay at SEA during the shutdown. 3 different TSA officers told Forbes, quote, People are very put off by this rhetoric and we feel sickened. TSA employees told Forbes, we feel sickened by Kristi Noem's disgusting message. But the message, of course, has a purpose. It is to shift the blame from the Republicans to the Democrats. And what better place to do that than in an airport TSA line where you have a captive audience, right? People can't avoid that. They can't just go around, do something else. No, they have to go through that if they're going to fly. You have a captive audience. You can indoctrinate them however you please. Except that you can't actually do that legally, but Kristi Noem's doing it anyway because she knows what everybody else knows, and that is that Republicans are to blame. Polls have repeatedly shown during this government shutdown that a majority of people blame Trump and the Republicans. And they want to shift the blame onto the Democrats, but it's not working. And now these airports are standing up and more airports are joining in every day saying, we're not going to do this. This is not appropriate. Our workers feel sickened by this. And of course, it's most likely illegal. And we're just not going to do that. If you've ever wondered how scammers get your phone number or why your inbox is flooded with spam, this is how they do it. Companies called data brokers sell your data to anyone willing to pay for it. They do it without your consent, and they make billions selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And while they're legally required to remove your info if you ask, they make the process confusing and hard on purpose. That's why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family and friends. They take care of the hard part by automatically removing your info from these sites and keeping it off. Aura is all-in-one digital security. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking the front door and leaving the back door open. You get alerts if your personal info is found on the dark web. They provide real-time fraud alerts for credit and banking. They have 24/7 monitoring to help keep your identity secure. They provide a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and so much more. And they have US-based support available around the clock if anything goes wrong. If anything does end up happening, Aura includes $5 million in identity theft insurance protection. And they have US fraud experts ready to help you 24/7. It's one app that provides every layer of protection. I don't want to leave myself vulnerable online, and you shouldn't either, and that's why I personally use Aura. Your personal data is collected by almost every single website you go to. Every shopping site you enter your information, it becomes the property of that company that then hands it to the brokers that then hand it to anyone. So protect yourself with Aura. Try it for yourself. You can go to aura.com/Farron to try 14 days for free. That's enough time for Aura to start scrubbing your personal info off these data broker sites without you lifting a finger.